religion. Unicopia is a universalist religion, so it's to connect to and honor all other religions, but it also honors the individual. That's where the one significance comes in, because only each individual has their own experience of things. Even a religion, every individual experiences that religion differently, or that story differently. Say there's a story about a unicorn in a forest, and someone goes to the forest to experience the unicorn, and there's someone there, obviously just a fake unicorn, someone in a unicorn costume who's not a real unicorn or the unicorn you're looking for, but a fake unicorn. You'd say, oh, it was just a myth, there's no real unicorn. Or if you continue to look and found a real unicorn, you'd be like, oh, that fake unicorn was trying to distract me from the real unicorn. The fake unicorn, everything's a unicorn in its way, in a sense, in a mystical sense. But a fake unicorn is obviously not a real unicorn. Now, I was talking earlier about how the oneness and how every individual has their own experience. I just told a story about a unicorn in a forest, and even though I just made that story up, and that was an experience for me to make that story up, for anybody to hear that story is their own experience. So if I were to share my experience with you, your uh, experience of my experience is your experience. Um, you have an individual experience. And that's what the Unicopia or the unicorn focus of the Unicopia religion is about the individuality, the uniqueness of every individual, how every individual has a unique perspective, and how, therefore, everything we experience, we have our own experience of it that is unique to us. Even in a relationship or a shared experience, where two people are sharing any experience, there's each individual, or in a relationship, when you have two individuals, they don't cease to become individuals because they have a relationship, even if you ship their names together like Hiddleswift. They don't stop being individuals just because they have a relationship. But the relationship itself is an individual or a unicorn itself. And that's a rare thing to find true love or to find something that you really believe in, someone you really believe in. So, valuing these things as unicorns, valuing ourselves, individuals, as unicorns, um, makes us, the most sought after, prized, rarest, most unique and magical being in the universe, and we are. So the one thing that's really great about the unicorn as a spiritual symbol is it works so well for the goddess, being rare and wonderful and hard to find, and yet part of nature and all around us. And in a way that if we're looking for a unicorn in a way that even means we're looking in ourselves for a unicorn, we can find a unicorn. Um, it's about our belief and about wanting to find something that is that magical, that is that rare and elusive in a way. Now, this reminds me of a meditating technique I did the other day, or prayer technique, if you want to call it that, where I decided to just quiet my mind to listen to, well, the process of quieting my mind came from deciding to listen for another voice, like the voice of the goddess saying something to me. Didn't hear anything, but I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear my own thoughts or anything. And I've struggled with meditation in general, trying to quiet my mind or let thoughts pass through, or however you choose to phrase it, to escape kind of the mental trappings you have and do other things or allow yourself to experience other things besides just your mind or your intellect or whatever you want to call it. Listening, and just genuinely listening, trying to hear for something, for a message being told to you, is a pretty good way to do it. But it's a way of believing there's something that will be said. And at that time, I didn't hear anything. But it did give me a quiet peace of mind and a feeling of um, a presence of listening. And it makes me feel like, well, being available to listen, being open to listen, believing in things to listen for is what creates that mindset. So this is the same for believing in a unicorn, however you choose to find it or define it. But the idea is that you can find these unicorns anywhere, that unicorns are real, you can believe them, your belief in them is real, and you can find the unicorn in yourself. You can find your own identity or spirit, that the goddess within you that is sometimes hard to connect with, define, or realize, but only because it's also in everything, takes every form, and is still one, or is still present in any one individual. So the reason why Unicopia values everyone more than um, every individual is to never try to put anything above that. Never try to say, hey, this is more important than that person's life or anything like that, or this is more important than that, you know, that tree or that forest or that mushroom or that insect. Say, no, everything's important. Everything's part of life, and everything's a unicorn in that sense. And when we look for them that way, that's what we find. I was talking earlier about individual experience, how individuals can make art and stuff like this. But of course, when you make an individual art expression, you might make that by yourself. But the hope is that other people will experience it, and that their experience of it is a thing, is a being in itself, or a relationship. Or as I was saying before about a relationship, like Hiddleswift. If there's a relationship between two people, that relationship takes on its own life. That relationship is a unicorn too, but it doesn't make the people themselves, that however many individuals are in the relationship, less individuals. They're also unicorns as well. So it's just more unicorns on top of unicorns, unicorns all the way up, however you want to say it. But the point being that its life, its value, its oneness, its unity, and uniting into one thing doesn't preference any individual's perspective over another's. But it does help find the good instead of the bad, like finding a fake unicorn in a forest, but continuing to search for the real one. And then even encouraging the fake unicorn to be like, you know what, you're a more real unicorn than that. You don't have to be a fake unicorn. So, anyway, thanks for joining Unicopia. Thanks for listening. Let me know any questions and comments, since no one was here live or didn't stick around long enough to comment live. But we'll do it again. And again, it's open to everybody. It's universalist, so it's to connect with and appreciate and approach the best parts of all other religions, but also to say, hey, does your religion have unicorns? Do you want some? Because you can have unicorns too. So thanks. See you soon. Love you.